part owner of Polyface Farms in Virginia.
What models have you seen of distribution that have been effective in expanding this kind of, in centralizing a lot of this local food that's emerging?
Well, the models I'm seeing are models that use the internet to create real-time, not only real-time conversations, but real-time inventorying between customers and producers in order to amalgamate. We've got to amalgamate, consolidate. I mean, this is what the industry does so well. Is aggregation of product, and so what we need to do is take that aggregation ability that we see the industry do so well. We need to localize it, and we're not taking a cargo ship across the world with this, but we are taking maybe a truck instead of a trunk into town with stuff from 6 or 7 or 10 farmers. The other thing that does is that it allows for staging areas to be done so that people can get a much more diversified portfolio from their farm at one stop. We're collaborating with about 10 other farmers in the area. We service about 50 restaurants. And all those farmers come to our place on Thursday morning, and all of their, everything from cheese to trout to heirloom vegetables to mesclun mix, it all gets amalgamated on our delivery truck, so that a chef can get all the meats, poultry, dairy, vegetables, herbs. I mean, basically everything but toilet paper and
Q-tips.
Yeah, Q-tips.
Is it a cooperative?
No, it's not a cooperative. We have our own delivery truck, and so it's all it is a service that we provide for other farmers in order for them not to have to drive to farm. I mean, all these places are serving the same restaurant. Why should we all drive down the road, leave the farm to go deliver to that restaurant? And so this is just something we've developed privately. We don't make any money off of it. There's no markup, but each farmer creates his own invoice, and then we staple all the invoice under our face invoice. So the chef can pay us one check. We pay the farmers straight up. Okay, I mean, on the barrelhead when they bring it. All right, we do charge a 3% handling fee, just because processing fee, because we might have to wait 30 days to get our money, and so 3% is our take, but that's it. I mean, it's strictly just a processing, and it works beautifully. And what it does is it just allows us to generate more volume on that truck, because as soon as you're in the delivery business, it's all about volume per mile. The whole thing becomes economical, and I think generally speaking around the country, farmers they're so independent.
Yes,
they're just so independent.
Very proud of their work too.
That's right, proud of their work, and we've just got to learn to work together.
Do you see food cooperatives as a viable model for distribution?
I see food cooperatives as a wonderful model for purchasing. I don't see it as a model for selling. Historically, cooperatives work very well for a group of people that was wanting to amalgamate purchasing. But cooperatives that have been created to amalgamate selling always end up, if they're successful, then they hire an executive officer, some MBA, who then starts working against the farmers and their price. That's what happens. But if it's a cooperative of buyers, then they don't have an incentive to work against themselves. And so and that because the whole idea of a co-op is to get the price down. And so if you have a cooperative for selling, what we don't want to have the pressure is to drop the price for the farmers. What we want to do is economize the distribution, and that's where the customers can really work. The other big hurdle that we're seeing in this local food system, of course, is insurance requirements and regulations, food safety, food police regulations. State and federal, and local even. If something goes off a temperature 1 degree, and requiring the infrastructure to ensure that it can't go off temperature 1 degree. Artisanally produced, high quality, short chain of custody, local food is more forgiving than industrial food that has problems. The regulations scale up very well, but they don't scale down very well. So they create price prejudice points for small scale people. I mean, people talk about, for example, food deserts, in the urban sector, in cities. And the fact is that there are so many vacant lots in a city that if somebody that had culinary interest in a low-income sector, in an urban sector,
right.
just say an urban sector,
Right.
forget income, just say urban sector. Somebody that had culinary interest, if they could plant a garden in this vacant lot next door to their condominium and have a couple rabbits or chickens in there and make some pot pies and quiche in their kitchen and peddle it to their apartment mates, we would unleash an incredible entrepreneurial, embedded food system. But if you do that, you're going to get a knock on your door, and there's going to be the business code people saying, "Oh, this is a residential area. You can't have a commercial thing." Then you're going to have the building inspector. "Oh, if you're producing something to sell, now you have to have heavier trusses in your roof." Then you're going to have of course the food police asking for your HACCP plan,
All the
which a HACCP plan, you got to be a college English major to understand, how to write. I mean, the folks you're dealing with, we're not me. I mean, I don't. Anyway, you got all of these things.
So in running distribution within an urban community, working with at-risk teens and fruit trees that are being used, what do you see as your role in playing in this local food movement? How do you see that working together, and the importance of urban communities?
Well, I see it's a need in urban community. Why? Just alone on health and obesity. By far, health alone. That's my speaking for Jay. I think that's the number one preference. Health. I mean, health come along with the body, mind, and soul. But in the inner city, in the urban, unfortunately, we don't have all these. How would I say it? We don't have all these opportunities that just come in. I mean, when we got environmental pollution, everything that come to the urban first. Let's use Sulphur Springs as an example. Let's talk about a little history on Sulphur Springs community. Let's go with the wells. The wells got contaminated. When they went to moving out, the low income started coming in. We're going to come in wherever we can. I mean, your money, inflation, wherever you can. So with that said, they left it there for the low income. And when I say low income, that go for red, white, green, purple, red,
Yeah.
And now, with me reading and getting more in tune with myself, health and healthy eating, and wanting to contribute to the urban, to the culture that I come from, the diverse culture.
Is this a viable job, opportunity? You think?
I think it is. Just due to the fact all the citrus that's going around in the community, to help the urban, the teens to not want to always sell drugs, to go crimes. They'll sell anything. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, I know this. I was once an at-risk teen, and just to make enemies, they would do what's necessary. I can vouch for that. I have done that in the past. But if you bring something legit like what Joy have going on, and what anything that have to do with gardening, organic, and it's healthy for the body, mind, and soul, I want it for my diverse community as well.
Well, the place to start is with an integrated food system. Right now, we have a segregated food system. That's our problem.
Exactly.
We have a segregated food system. Where the chickens are over here, and the carrots are over here, and the strawberries are over here, and I mean, we truck the average food morsel in America 1,500 miles from field to fork. Historically, it was always embedded. The butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker were embedded in a community. It was integrated in the community.
Exactly.
These kids aren't lazy.
Not at all.
what we
Not
need
at
to,
all.
what we need to do
You can-
is encourage them and allow them to take their creative, innovative minds, and instead of create a better way to sell drugs and run a gang,
Exactly.
to use their creativity innovatively on a better way to raise stackable lettuce on a vacant lot and turn it into a broccoli and make a wonderful broccoli soup in their house kitchen.
Share it with your neighbor and keep
And
going
share,
on
and share it with
trick-or-treating.
your neighbor, absolutely, and
Right.
start doing it.